we're going to do a reading for all of my Cancers. So if you are a Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign, stick around. There could be a message in this reading for you. And as always, if you stick around and you want me to pull a card for you, put your question in the chat. All right, and I'll be happy to do so. So let me pull myself up here. For you. And as always, okay, give me just a second here. Reading for Cancer. So Cancer, we're reading for you today. Grateful, thankful for all these messages. Now your thumbnail comes out as the card of courtship. So I have to think that some of my Cancers are going to meet someone. And I feel like it could be out of nowhere. So if you have been wondering if you're ever going to meet someone and you go out and about, you may just run into someone. And the reading may itself also be around a relationship. So let's see what the tarot has to say in regards to this courtship card. I'm reading from the Kipper deck, but I do want to say, Cancer, there's also the bottom of the deck shows sudden wealth, 777. So I feel like it could be a really good week for some of my Cancers out there. All right, but let's turn to the tarot and see what messages are coming through for all of my Cancers. Grateful, thankful for the messages for all of my Cancers for the next 7 to 10 days. Just a short period of time, not a long period of time. Let's see what is coming through for all of my Cancers. Grateful, thankful for the messages for my Cancers always. Welcome in. Hi, Nora. Welcome. I'm reading for Cancer. Getting ready to pull cards for Cancer. I'm doing great. All right, Cancer, we've got the 3 of Cups coming in reverse with the 4 of Cups. Uh-oh. Could be a social situation coming through for some of you guys, but let's see what's going on. Hi, Ben. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm just laying my cards down here for all my Cancers. So I'm going to read for Cancers, and then I'm going to turn my attention to you guys in the chat. But I got to get through this first, all right? Got to get the work done, and then we can play, all right? So if you guys do have any questions, you want me to pull cards at the end of the reading? Happy to do so. But right now, my focus is going to go right to you, Cancer, because things are happening. What's going on? There's this need for you to really trust that a situation is going to play itself out and work out, all right? Because here we have the 3 of Cups coming in reversed along with the 4 of Cups also reversed. So this could be around a social situation. This could be around a situation between you and a couple of your friends where, maybe something happened. Because the 4 of Cups says, I don't know if I'm really happy with these guys. I don't know if I really want to go out and hang out with these guys. And this could be, family. There could have been something that was said that upset you. But anyway, I feel as if you're a little bit indecisive this week when it comes to what are you going to do in this situation with your friends. Excuse me. I am coming over a cold. But anyway, Cancer, here you are trying to figure out what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I wasn't happy. I don't like this, and a part of you may feel like you don't even vibe with your friends anymore. Hi, Tabitha. Welcome in. Shayla, nice to see you. But I feel like Cancer, with this Hanged Man energy here, you really are thinking about, what it is that you really want. Now, there could be a situation that you were involved with where, you catch feelings for one of your friends. Because I am feeling this energy of the Lovers card here. And, maybe that's throwing you off. Maybe, you realize that, you've got more feelings for someone than you thought you did. Anyway, I'm just feeling the sense of you really needing to dig deep on why you feel so unhappy in this situation. Maybe, you picked up some hints of jealousy, or there's just some feelings about someone. All right, Bennett, you want me to say your name? There you go, Bennett. Welcome in, Bennett. All right, listen. So, yeah, Cancer, I feel as if, this situation, right now, the energy here with Temperance says, just be patient, just wait, whatever happened, all right, that brought up all of this emotions and these feelings. Because when we have the 4 of Cups, we're, a little disappointed. But the Moon card and the Temperance card, are really kind of asking you to just kind of wait. You know, I mean, things are coming to the surface, deep things, deep feelings that are coming to the surface. And I think intuitively, you know things are changing. You know, for some of you, I feel as if you have outgrown a group of people. We do have the death card, and I keep feeling like you're just not happy in this circle anymore. Maybe you've been hanging around with the wrong people, and now you're realizing that, you know, these aren't the kind of people that I want to hang out with anymore. It's just not working for me. And it's just not working for you, Cancer. So sometimes, you know, when we reach this point of the hanged man, we've got to make some decisions about what we really want and what we really are and who we want to be with. Because I'm also feeling like some of you are questioning your sexuality. You know, now this isn't going to be for everyone, but you know, maybe some of these feelings that are starting to come up are making you question your sexuality a little bit. No, that's not going to be for everyone, but it's that kind of depth that I'm feeling from you. There's a big shift, a big change deep inside of you that's starting to come out. And a lot of you, Cancers, wouldn't surprise me if, you know, you become very, very clairvoyant, very intuitive, even on the verge of, you know, maybe there's some energies that you're tapping into now that are more on the realm of mediumship, because these two cards together are definitely very telepathic energy, very, very psychic energy. And these may be things that, you know, you are starting to really feel that are making you look at everybody in your circle a little bit differently. Now, I also want to talk about something with work with you, Cancer, because here I've got the Knight of Pentacles in your recent past. And the final outcome I have here is this Eight of Pentacles. So, you know, there is a situation that you've been working on that I think, you know, you've put some effort into that you may need to pull back on. Again, the Hanged Man is saying, do you really want to continue putting all this energy in this direction if it's not paying you back? Do you really want to continue hanging out with these people if it's not feeding you? I mean, the Hanged Man is really talking to you right now. This really deep side of you is really questioning you, your life, your direction, the way you want to move. And then we have the Death card. I mean, these are big, big playing cards. And the Temperance and the Lovers. I mean, your life is really changing in a way that is so, so deep. You know, so I feel as if, you know, you're just going to have to, you know, deal with it. And you're going to have to really kind of feel, you know, what you can do in order to, you know, process these feelings. Because, you know, you may be having these incredible dreams. Like your life might be changing on a level that is much deeper from deep inside. You know, it's hard to explain this because it's almost like, I don't know if you're familiar with the energy of, what's his name? Carlos Castaneda. Carlos Castaneda is one of these people that he shows up and he goes to Mexico and he's having visions and things like that. And it wouldn't surprise me if some of you Cancers are like having like these visions. Some of them can be very visceral. Some of them can be, you know, not so much, you know, but I just feel as if this week there is this deep transformation happening deep within you. And you just need to be patient and you're going to need to let it process. And in processing, because we are in the solar eclipse, all right, you know, there are going to be a lot of endings and a lot of transformation. And I think a lot of you Cancers are transforming on such a different level, you know, that it's a little unsettling. But you're breaking an old cycle and you're moving into a new direction is what I feel. So things of the past that aren't good for you cannot move forward with you in the future. So this is why I feel as if, you know, this is all starting to move in a direction where this week you're going to have to go very, very deep. And it wouldn't surprise me if even like your connections with people, all right, your connections with people, it's as if, you know, you're standing in the store and you look at somebody and you can really kind of see what their life is like. I mean, I feel like there's this real awakening of your gifts that could arise this week, Cancer. So just be aware of that. All right, so that's what I've got for you for this week. I hope it resonates with someone. If it did, great. And if it didn't, that's okay. Please just take what works and leave what does not. We all know who we are in the story. So I sure appreciate each and every one of you. And there seems to be quite a bit of activity in the chat room. I had to get rid of a couple people here while I was doing the reading, but hopefully we can move forward in a good, pleasant way. Anybody out there that has questions that would like me to pull cards for, I'd be happy to do that at this time. Really good to see all of you guys in here. Don't forget to hit that like button. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Who's out there? Noor, Ben, Shayla, you're a Libra. Tabitha, nice to see you, Tabitha. Michael, welcome in. Bennett. Okay, Gojo, what is this? Gojo, this is a tarot reading. Okay, Rachikumar Pandya. I don't know how to say that, but hello. Shri, welcome back, Shri. Nice to see you in. Noor, you like Argu, true intentions towards you. Let's see. Anurag, I don't know how to say his name. We'll say Anu. Let's see what Anu's pure intentions are towards you, Noor. My apologies for how I say names. Welcome in, Donna. Hi, Donna. Born in 1969. That puts you, are you a millennial? Is that a millennial? Anyway, welcome in, Donna. All right, we are looking at Noor. We're going to see what Anu's true intentions are towards you. What are Anu's true intentions? Ooh, now look. Serious. That's very serious when we see this Queen of Swords. Maybe they see you as a little serious and maybe a little cold. See those cold mountains back there? But I do see that they see you serious, even a bit stubborn. All right? So, yeah. So here we have the Hermit coming out too. You know, I think he would like for you to open up a little bit, maybe even soften and maybe warm up. Because I feel as if, you know, he right now is pulling back. And he's in Hermit phase. So that's what I feel for you. I wish it was stronger, but you know, listen, Noor, when someone's in that Hermit phase and they pull back, you know, you coming out being very serious and cold, sometimes that scares people. Welcome, Cosmic Flower. Nice to have you in the house. A shadow to love. We have a Cancer, Pisces, Leo ascendant. Wow. That's quite a combination. This should be a very good year for you, shadow to love. Do you know what I mean? Like you have a lot of really positive astrological signs to really raise you up this year. Leo as your rising sign especially. Leos are going to shine this year. So nice. Mr. Jojo the man. How do I deal with my baby mama? Oh my goodness, I don't know. Mr. Jojo, the man, let's find out. How are you going to deal with your baby mama? No, this is a year for you, Shadow, to go for it. Really, I'm feeling that strongly for you. All right, Mr. Jojo, the man, I'm going to pull a card and find out how can you deal with your baby mama. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, listen, these are your cards, all right? We've got, boy, a lot of mental energy. Here, look at the stress. I just feel as if this is going to go on for a while, Mr. Jojo. You know, because here, the 8 of Swords, 6 of Swords, I mean, that's showing a lot of mental stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of trouble. And then your baby mama comes in upside down. She is not an easy one, you know, because there's a part of her that's not enjoying being the mother. And then at the 9 of Pentacles, at the base of what's going on, there's a lot of instability. I feel like the two of you are very codependent on some level. But I just see more trouble down the road with you two. You know, this is really, really hard energy to deal with. And when we have the 8 of Swords, boy, the stories just run rampant in your mind. You're going to have to let it go and try to just not go there, because that's not going to help anything. But I do see an opportunity coming, all right? So, you know, if things have been really tough between you and her, I do feel as if, you know, there could be an opportunity coming soon, all right, Mr. Jojo? Hang in there. It's not going to be easy. Manjeet, welcome in. You're welcome, Noor. right, Shri, you want to know what VJ's true intentions are towards you? Now, if you're going to get nasty and ask me why I skipped over yours, I'm not going to start pulling cards. I will get to all the questions as I get to them. And maybe you get lucky, you know? I don't ask for anything back. So, Shri, be nice, or I won't pull a card for you. Manji, may I request you to check and advise, please? Nothing good in life, no husband, family, good job, kindly, please. Alright, let's see. Shri, let's find out what VJ's true intentions are towards you. Be nice from here on out. No commenting, alright? I get to all the questions. Alright, this is how he's feeling about you. He's not sure whether or not he wants to give you another chance or walk away. When we have the Eight of Cups, this is usually the energy of someone walking away. But in this deck, it shows that, you know, he may try one more time. But, you know, this relationship, yeah, I gotta tell you, Shri, it's on shaky ground. Because when we're at that Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, you know, it sounds like somebody is ready to walk away. You know, my feeling is, Shri, that he's very passive aggressive. So just be sure that, you know, if you want to continue this with this person, that it is a balanced give and take. Oh, that's good. Yeah, it's good that you followed your astrology off your moon sign. That's more Vedic, isn't it? The Shadow to Love, isn't that more Vedic astrology? Dabble in astrology. Hey, Gerline, welcome in. All right, listen, Manjeet. Let's see if we can get you some kind of guidance for you. All right, because you seem like you are down and out on your luck. All right, Manjeet, let's see what's going on for you. Manjeet, welcome in, everyone. Hit that like button. Like, comment, share, subscribe. All that stuff really makes a difference in my channel, and it's growing, and I like that. All right, Manjeet. Let's see what's going on for you. All right, so there's a lot of stress and anxiety because I feel as if, you know, there's a part of you that just really wants to move on, have fun, enjoy yourself. But here we have the stress. Bottom of the deck, I have the Two of Cups. It could be, you know, really around the relationship that you are involved in. You know, and then we have the Two of Pentacles. I mean, you can't pretend anymore that you're happy in your life. You know, especially when there's so much stress and everything has been down and out. In order to, you know, make any changes, you have got to make the change. I do see that for you, Manjeet, that this card of the Chariot is wanting you to really focus on the direction you want to move in. And if you want to be free and on your own, you know, and the stress and anxiety of a relationship is holding you back, then maybe you need to look at that relationship, you know, because, you know, if it's meant to be, it will be, you know, but if it's constantly a struggle, maybe it's not meant to be. And I feel like this Two of Pentacles says you can't pretend anymore that this is working. So that's what I've got for you. But I do see that you will be making a move at some point, Manjeet. The Bill of Rights. Welcome in, Cosmic Flower. Welcome in, Priya. Nice to see you. Gerline, Donna. Donna, you want me to surprise you with the reading? I'll do that. I'll surprise you with the reading. Shayla, nice to see you in here. You're welcome. All right, listen. I'm going to surprise Donna with the reading. You know how sometimes you get on here and you wonder if anybody's even going to pay attention to you? Well, I want to pay attention to you guys. All right, Donna, let's see what's going on. General reading for Donna. Let's surprise her with a good reading. We've got the Page of Cups coming in reverse to the Queen of Cups to the Three of Pentacles. All right, I feel as if there is a relationship. It could be a new one or it could be your child. But if it is a relationship, I feel as if you're not open to it. You've got your hand over this cup like, no, I don't really. They're too immature. I don't really want to go out with them. And I feel as if, and it could be somebody at work because we do have the Three of Pentacles. So there could be somebody at work who's really interested in you. I think if you were to turn around and be interested in them, Donna, you could get them to eat out of your hand. This person has really got their eyes on you. But you're just not feeling them. Look, Ace of Cups below. You're just not feeling it. You know, and it's just one of those things. I think you would rather just see it just kind of go away. But if there is some relationship like that pending, you know, I don't see it going anywhere. That's what I got for you, Donna. That's what came out. Priya, I'm going to read for Shyla because I don't recall ever having pulled a card for Shyla before. You're welcome, Manjeet. You are very welcome. All right, Shyla, you ready? Vimlish current feelings. NC new. I don't know what NC means. Let's see what his current feelings are towards you. Welcome in, everyone. There's 29 of you in the chat. Really makes me happy to see you guys in here. Hit that like button. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you want a question, put your question in. And I'll be happy to pull cards. I'm going to do it for just a little bit more, and then I'm going to pop off. And then I'm going to come back on. And I'm going to do a reading for Leo. All right, Shyla, you ready? His feelings for you. Well, you know, I think there's a part of him really feels the spiritual connection that you have. But, you know, I see a lot of trouble. I see that this could be a relationship that goes in and out and in and out. And in the end, I feel as if, you know, it's going to come to an end. You know, I just don't feel like in the end, this will be a connection where the two of you end up together. Because we have the Nine of Cups coming in reversed. So you don't get this wish. But I think the connection is very real. There's just too much trouble in the middle of it. I call this, you know, bad glue. You know, we have the Six of Swords coming in reversed. You know, this is an energy of coming and going and coming and going, you know, and the Judgment card, it gets to the point, it gets to, you know, where, you know, there's just no point in doing this anymore. And I feel like the Nine of Cups comes up and says, no, it's over. All right, so that's what I've got for you, Shyla. Yeah. Listen, you're the Queen of Cups. You can get somebody really, really good, Donna. You know, the Queen of Cups energy, I like it, you know, because Queen of Cups, very intuitive, very kind, very nurturing, very loving, very powerful. So, yeah. When the right person shows up, you'll know it. Maybe you already have the right person. I don't know. All right, Priya, what's going on? Swarnam's current feeling for you. What he thought about me and how I am. Well, let's see what his current feelings are. Okay. Got that, Shadow. All right, Priya. I'm feeling as if, you know, this isn't going to go very far. You're going to hear news that I don't think you're going to like, but it's going to be the truth about him. All right, Priya. So, you know, I feel as if, you know, you have been in a place with this person where, you know, you're not always happy. The Five of Pentacles is a very lonely energy. And at times, you know, this person may have been a little possessive or controlling of you. But I feel as if you do learn some words, you know, you hear something, some truth, which you need to hear about this person. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Pentacles, and it's about not pretending anymore. So this could be around, you know, maybe you don't need to pretend anymore that this person is really into you, because I feel like he's not, honestly, Priya. So I would move on. All right. All right. So I'm not sure, a shadow to love, if that means you want me to pull a card and I'll tell you whether it's yes or no. Do you want me to do that? I can do that. That's easy enough done. Or if you have a specific question. But I can tell you yes or no if you want me to. All right, do you want to close your eyes and be real quiet? All right, I'm going to pull you a card, all right? And if it comes up upright, it will be a yes. And if it comes up reversed, it will be a no, all right? And I don't need to know what the question is. You know what the question is. So we'll do it that way. Yes. The answer is yes. All right. And that was special just for you, all right? A shadow to love. The answer is yes. You don't understand, Priya. What don't you understand? You are going to hear some news about this guy, your guy, Swaram, and you're not going to like what you hear. But it's going to be something that you really, really need to hear because it will wake you up to realize this guy just isn't into you, Priya. He's just not. So, you're welcome. You're welcome, A Shadow to Love. You're welcome. Hi, okay, I don't know how to say this name. Hi, Vaikuntvashi. Vaikuntvashi. Is that how you say it? All right, Priya, I'm done with you, all right, because I've already explained it twice. And if you don't want to hear what it is I'm saying, then that's on you, all right, because I've tried. I don't know how much clearer. Hey, Lolo, welcome in. Oh, it means heaven. Wow, what a beautiful name. No, he doesn't love you, Priya. Can we all help Priya out and help her move on? Because she's kind of stuck on a guy who isn't really stuck on her. Anyway, I just feel as if, it's time to move on. Sometimes we have to move on. Mary Alexis Warden, welcome in. Is someone in love with you? I don't know. Let's see. Let's find out. So, when I read cards, if it comes up right, it's a yes. And if it comes up reversed, it's a nose. All right, let's see. Mary, Alexis, it is a no. I don't feel like there's anybody right now, Mary, Alexis, but I do feel like with this Ace of Pentacles, you may meet somebody through work or some opportunity that comes through for you. But no, not at the moment. There is nobody in love with you. Gurleen. Okay, Heaven. I'm going to call you Vaikuntvashi. I don't know if I said it right, but Heaven. I'll call you Heaven. This is just a tarot channel. I just come on here and try to help people, give good advice if I can. Do readings. Just trying to bring a good vibe to the world. That's all I'm trying to do here. All right, Gurleen. General reading for you. Are you ready? Grateful, thankful. Where am I from? I am from New Mexico. All right, Gurleen, are you ready? I'm going to cut the deck, and we're going to find out. General reading for Gurleen. What's going on in the world of Gurleen? Grateful, thankful to you, Gurleen. Absolutely. Vaikuntvashi. But first, let me focus on Gurleen. Gurleen was here first, so we are going to see what's up with Gurleen. General reading. We have the Strength card coming in reverse to the Nine of Cups reverse. All right, listen, Gurleen, I feel as if something you really, really want, you don't get. There is this wish card that comes up, and I think something that you really, really wanted to have happen doesn't happen. And then we have the Five of Swords come out here as a final outcome, and this is almost like feeling like you lost in a situation. So yeah, there is that. The other thing I'm feeling with the Strength card is you need to be careful. Like me, I've got still a little bit of residue of a cold, so make sure that you are taking care of yourself with that Strength card. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, there's just Seven of Swords. There's just a situation, Gurleen, where I feel like there was a lot of, I don't know, lying, cheating, stealing. It's just something where it just didn't work out, And, I need to tell you this, that I feel as if it's a blessing in disguise that it didn't work out. So that's what I feel for you, Gurleen. See, not all the readings are always happy. All right, let's see. Vaikuntvashi, how is your love life going to go in the future? Hi, Becky. Welcome in. Annabelle, nice to see you. I'll get to you guys in a minute. I've just got to answer this question for my friend over here. Vaikuntvashi means heaven. Hi, Shahida. Welcome in. All right, let's see. How's your love life going to go in the future? Oh, well, I feel as if, it's going to take some work. Definitely going to take some work. Because I feel as if it starts out a little rough. But I do see you eventually married, you know, so I do see marriage in your future. But right now, I don't know whether this is a current relationship or not, but the Page of Cups reversed to the Knight of Pentacles. It's almost as if, you know, maybe you see somebody as being a little bit more immature, not really wanting to be, you know, do the relationship thing. Because I feel like, you know, ultimately your future is going to you're going to end up with someone. And you want it to be the right person. I do feel like you will meet that right person. Oh, yes, you will. Look at that. You're going to meet the right person. Just the one you're with right now, I don't feel like it's the one. All right, so that's my feeling for you. I hope that made sense. Louise Garden. Or Lewis Garden. How can you get a reading about your marriage? Well, I don't know. You could pull a card now about your marriage. Annabelle, how are you? Becky, let's go back to the top. Becky, is your soulmate really real? We are so different in age. Age. All right, well, let's see. Is this your soulmate? Since you're so different in age. Definitely past life relationship. You know, I don't feel like this is truly your soulmate. I see your soulmate, you know, because I didn't know, you know, on your soulmate. This is not really your true soulmate. And we have many soulmates in a lifetime. You know, we have a soulmate comes in, teaches us a lesson. When that lesson is done, we move out, we get another soulmate. We have lots of soulmates. But I don't feel like this one is yours. I feel like there is somebody who is watching you right now. All right? So, yeah, I feel like there is somebody who really is interested in you. So, yeah, you're going to meet someone else. You will, you will. All right, Becky? That's how I feel about this. And sometimes with an age difference, you know, that can show itself later on. Sometimes they work. I have a really good friend. They have about a 20-year age difference, and they're solid. But then I know someone else who had, you know, about a 10-year difference, and that just fell through. So you just never know, right? You never know. Let me say hello to some of you people out there. Lewis, you want to know something about your marriage? Vikmer, welcome in. Vaznath. Nita, welcome in. Yeah, you can ask a question, Nita. Put it in there. I'll look for you. Oh, there it is. Is your XS willing to come back to you soon? Well, let's see. All right, Nita, let me cut the deck, shuffle it a little bit more, and let's find out if your ex is going to come back to you soon. Hi, Julie. Welcome in. Lewis, I'll pull a card on your marriage next, all right? Yeah, I do feel like they are coming in. So, listen, your ex, Nita, all right, here it comes out as the King of Cups. I like nicest person, but then we have the Death card. So we see that it came to an end, you know, and I don't think anybody's happy at this point with that Six of Wands. And I feel as if they would like to come in and talk to you, but I just don't know whether or not they will. Give me one more card. Are they going to come in and talk to him? Because I get a yes and then I get a no. So I feel as if they sit on the fence as to whether or not they really want to come back. Give me one final card. One final card on whether or not this ex is coming back for Nita. Oops. I don't know. It's not looking good. All right, we've got the Three of Wands coming in, and I had a little packet over here. Again, I feel as if it's one of these that yes and no and yes and no, but in the end, I don't feel as if it will work out. I'm sorry, Nita. That's what I've got for you. All right, Lewis, let's look at your marriage, okay? Welcome in, all you guys. It's nice to have you all in the chat. Shivanji, welcome in. Listen, I need to take a look at Lewis's marriage right now. I'm going to see where the marriage is going here. quick question. All right, Lewis. Marriage. Well, some things definitely have to change, Lewis. If you want this to work out, I feel as if some things have to change, because we start out here with the King of Cups to the Ten of Swords. There's been a lot of pain, a lot of problems, you know, but, you know, it doesn't want to end. It wants to change. So I feel as if, you know, you're going to have to really dig deep. I feel like there's an issue that, you know, it keeps coming up, keeps coming up, keeps coming up. And, you know, this is what needs to change. And I'm also getting grow up. There's this need to grow up. Maybe she feels like you need to grow up. But the final outcome is that of the Six of Wands. All right? So you're going to have to make the changes that are needing to happen, because this just can't continue. All right? So whatever it is that's been really, you guys have been doing to each other, because I do see that you two really love each other. Right? So you're going to have to do the work, Lewis. Going to have to do the work. All right, who else is out there? Julie. Julie, ask me a question. Just the chat, it runs down so quickly. Julie, can I tell you if your work hours will pick up and will you get more work hours? All right, let's see. What are Julie's work hours looking like? Are they going to pick up? Let's see if Julie's work hours are going to pick up. Yes or no? Grateful, thankful for the messages for Julie. She's wanting to know about her work. Picking up those work hours. Let's see. Tell me about Julie's work. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you know, you need to hang in there, because I have the Knight of Pentacles to the Star. All right. So even though it feels like it's not going to work out, I do feel as if something is going to turn. So you got to be hopeful. All right. Just be hopeful. But right now, I don't see that anything is going to pick up. Not right now. But with that star coming in next to it, I think that there is something in the future. You know, I keep feeling like May. When we get to May, we're going to feel better. All right. And this has been coming up for a while. So I don't know what astrologically is happening in May, but I'm just feeling like we just got to hang in there just a little bit. All right. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps. Heath, you love tortas. Cynthia, welcome in. Bobby, hello. Shivanji, please, yours. All right, Shivanji. All right, here are your cards, Shivanji. You're at a point where you're going to have to make a decision, all right? And I believe your question is what's coming in with your career. And I think come fall, you're going to be faced with a decision as to whether or not you really want to move in a new direction, or you're going to leave yourself feeling tied to where you are. So here I see you in contemplation, you know, because there is this thing about you, Shivanji, that you want to do something that you really love. And I really feel as if, you know, by the time fall comes, you know, you are going to have that decision as to whether or not you move in that direction or you stay here. So, yeah, your career is, you know, about to shift and change. Cynthia, let's find out if your boyfriend is cheating on you, all right? Let's do that. Let's find out if Cynthia's boyfriend is cheating on her. Nice to have you guys all in the chat. Hit that like button, you guys. Good to have you guys in. All right, Cynthia. Let's see. Now, I got a Temperance card. I like that. Okay, let's see, Cynthia. All right, Cynthia, man, I see this really great outcome, you know, but is he cheating on you? I don't see him cheating on you. You know, he's coming out here as the King of Wands. The King of Wands, when he comes up reversed, he's cheating. You know, he does not, you know, and I do see you happy. I see you happy. I see you with kids. You know, your intuition, I just feel as if, you know, it's more of a fear. I don't really feel as if, you know, he is truly cheating on you. And you have the Nine of Cups coming in, Cindy. So You know, there are good things happening for you with this guy. But you're hung up, you know. I think it's more, there's something about it. There's something that's bothering you, all right? Maybe, you know, this hanged man is, you're going too deep, all right? Enjoy the moment as it is, all right? But no, I don't see him cheating on you, all right? Who's next? Oh, so Lewis, you want to know whether or not she's been cheating on you. All right, well, let's find out. All right, because I already started your reading, so your energy's in my card. So let's see whether or not Lewis's wife has been cheating on him. Good change, Shivanji. It's a good change. You will meet that. You're going to end up at that crossroads, Shivanji, where, you know, you're going to be at that point of you're about to be able to go and do what you always wanted to do, or you're going to stay where you're at. That's going to be your decision. So it's a good change. I'm all about the new. All right, Lewis, we're going to find out whether or not your wife is cheating on you. Yes, I feel as if she is. I think she likes her wishes. She likes what it is. There's definitely something going on because we have the Three of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and then she's showing herself as, you know, not being very confident, you know, because, of course, she's, you know, maybe doing something behind. But I do feel as if, you know, the possibility of her cheating is definitely there. But here's the thing. I don't feel like she does anything. Because the Ace of Wands, this is one of having a lot of passion. And the fact that there is no passion there, I just feel as if, you know, yes, the thought came, then the opportunity probably came in front of her, but she doesn't do it. And I hope that helps you, Lewis. I hope that really helps to kind of at least give you peace of mind that she didn't do anything with the guy. Anyway, that's what I got for you, Lewis. I hope that helped. Hey, Lefty. Bye-bye. Is that how you say your name? Will a new hub confess his feelings for Ishta? Well, let's find out. Let's find out. Will he confess his feelings for Ishta? Let's find out. No, he will not. If anything, he's a little confused. He's not going to say anything about his feelings right now. I think, if anything, he's going to stay quiet. He knows what he wants, though. All right, Letty, let's find out whether or not you need to leave the country or relocate or stay. Let's see. Let's see if she needs to leave. Tell me whether Letty needs to leave the country. Yes or no? You're welcome. Bye-bye. Tell me whether or not Letty needs to leave the country. Yes or no? No. I feel as if you need to stay and stay on your road. All right? The moon card, even though, you know, you have all these feelings or whatever, it wants you to stay the course. All right? Because, you know, this is, if you leave, you know, then it's almost as if, you know, you leave your future behind as well. So I feel as if right now what you need to do is just stay put. All right, stay put until it is time. All right, so right now, not to leave. Yeah, it's not time to leave right now. All right, stick it through. Who else is in here? Hey, Miss Tree. Hua, Hassan, Shahida. You're welcome, Letty. I hope that resonated. Well, I have to tell you, Lewis, it seems like it was almost one of those where, you know, I mean, if I'm tapping into her energy, what I'm feeling from her is that she was liking the attention, but I don't see her actually following through with it. You know, so somebody gave her some attention, you know, it made her feel good. Listen, you know, when you're feeling down and out as a female, you know, a guy starts to really show interest, it makes you feel a certain way. But she didn't follow through is what I got, Lewis. And I think that's what's really important. All right, hold on a second. I've got to open the door for the dogs. I'll be right back. You can go outside. Go outside. All right. All right, let's see. Hey, Miss Tree, what means when the spouse takes a picture of you when you are sleeping? It could mean that he thinks you're beautiful when you're sleeping. What kind of a picture was it? I don't know. I mean, haven't you ever looked at your person and thought, oh my God, they're so beautiful when they're sleeping? Right? Anyway, all right, so listen, I'm going to end with Shahida here. She's really wanting me to pull a card for her. Do I think she's pregnant now? Oh my goodness, I don't know, Lewis. All right, Shahida, did I not pull for you yesterday? Let's see, hidden feelings. Listen, I feel as if this guy, he's looking ahead, and I feel as if, this relationship with you and him, it could end. It could end with that World card. And here's a Death card. Yeah, so maybe you don't want me to pull cards so much, Shahida, because I don't see this one going so good for you. My God, Jesus. Hello, ma'am. It's good for us to watch a tree grow. I don't know what pre-a-knee grow. Don't know what that means. Anyway, you guys, I am going to go ahead and pop off and see what's going on. Just kind of catching up with myself here. All right, you guys, listen, it's been a great read, a great morning. But I am going to pop off of here and move on with the rest of my day. I do want to come back. I will be back. I'm going to pop off, take a little break, and then I'm going to come back and I will do a reading for Leo. All right, so if you're a Leo, come back and see what the reading has to say for you. And at the end of that one, I'll stick around and we'll answer some more questions. So until then, be well. Thank you so much for all the likes, the comments, the shares, all of that good stuff. And I'll see you back here in just a few minutes. All right, until then, be well. Bye now.